Hi, Ms. RG.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you all doing?
Oh, we're blessed. We're blessed. We're about to
Yeah.
interview your son on a podcast.
Oh, wow, that's exciting.
Mom,
Yes.
they have a question. They said that there's a question where the best basketball player.
Who's
out
the
of
best
La Jolla.
basketball player ever to come out of La Jolla, man? Is
My
it
son.
But no. I don't even think I'm the best basketball player to come out of La Jolla.
is it Juan
At my
Muniz?
prime, I don't
Is
think anybody in the RGV was better than me at my prime.
1 2 1 2. All right, let's roll.
Welcome. You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
Where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane.
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast, the voice of your covered walkway streets.
So dope. This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Fieldhouse, we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe damn.
So saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Saddle Up Podcast. We don't know where you're at, but we know exactly why you're here. G Garza, what's up, man?
Hey,
Who we
what's
got
going
this
on, Matty
week?
P? Man, we got the one and only, and we got confirmed just now by somebody really special that the GOAT of La Jolla is on this show today.
And
Friday,
we're not
baby.
talking. We're not talking about Eric Montalvo, right?
We're not talking about anybody else. We're not
talking
talking
about
about
a
anybody else but
Don.
the one and
Oh, my
only
goodness.
Ricky Gomez. RG, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for
RG,
being
what's
here.
up, my man? How you doing?
Man, thanks for having me, guys. That intro is crazy though. But before anybody gets mad at me, all the past Coyotes, I love you guys, but y'all know.
You're such a
Hey.
politician, RG. That's amazing.
So humble.
Like,
So humble. We appreciate it.
so RG, you grew up in the Valley. You went to La Jolla High School. You're one of the best to ever come out as a Coyote, right, from the area. And then you went to go. You left the Valley for a hot second at East Texas State, correct?
Yep.
And then you transferred back to Pan Am. Before we get to that,
Uh-huh.
kind of talk about you growing up in high school and your aspirations. When did you kind of have an
Yeah.
idea of when you
And
wanted
maybe
to?
shout out your high school coach also, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Ooh.
people from the Valley that are
Yep.
listening. So yeah.
Yeah, so I moved to La Jolla in 91. I was a junior. My
Okay.
first 2 years, I played ball in Houston. I went to Eisenhower High School in Houston, all Dean ISD.
Oh wow.
I was a
Yeah.
four-year letterman in basketball and a four-year letterman in baseball at that school. And then when I moved here, it's a little cultural shock, right? I mean,
Yeah.
moving from Houston to the Valley, my parents bought a house in Mission, thinking I was going to go to Mission High School, and I ended up at La Jolla High School. But it turned out to be a blessing. Coach Eddie Gatto was my coach,
Wow.
Coach Eddie Garza. Yeah.
After graduating from UTPA, I got to coach under Eddie Gatto for a year. But
Oh wow.
when did I think I was going to play college basketball? To tell you the truth, dude, my dream was always to play professional baseball.
Okay.
I played varsity baseball as a freshman. I met Roger Clemens when I was like in 8th grade. I got to sit in the UT Longhorn dugout several times, really, really young in life, and thought that I was going to play professional baseball. My sophomore year, I blew out my elbow, and that's when I started taking basketball a little bit more seriously.
Okay. Wow.
Y'all didn't know that.
I
No,
did. We
hey,
did not
this
know
is
that.
exclusive, man.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that I'm friends with Roger, and
Really?
and you mentioned that story. I'm gonna.
That's my idol, dude. I mean, I
Oh.
wanted to be the next Rocket, right? That's
Oh,
what
he's
I
such
wanted to be.
He's
I
a
think I was-
phenomenal human being.
I was
He's
a
awesome.
freshman playing varsity baseball, throwing in the mid-90s, and I said, that's what I'm going to do for a living. My
Wow.
little brother out of La Jolla got drafted and made it all the way to AAA baseball with the Rays. So baseball's always been big with the family. But,
Mhm.
college, I mean, I ended up playing college basketball, so it worked out, I guess.
just
But
an athlete.
baseball was my first love.
Hey, an athlete's an athlete, man. You
Yep.
just put a ball in your hand and you can make it happen.
Exactly.
Tried to.
and that's-
Not that easy, but tried to.
RG, I think aside from everybody else that La Jolla greats, I don't think anybody else was a baseball player like you. So you can say like you were more close to
Multi-sport athlete. There you go.
multi-sport, maybe Bo Jackson.
The Bo
a la
Jackson
Bo
of La Jolla.
That's funny.
Yeah, baby. That's what I'm
That's
talking
funny.
about.
I love it. I love it. So,
So yeah.
you go to East Texas, you come back, and you come back down to the Valley. You transfer to UT Pan Am, and Coach Adams was the coach, correct?
Coach Adams was my coach, dude. And Coach Adams, I would say, is a person that changed my life. Just his way of teaching you work ethic, to grind, to be tough. You know, I don't know. I mean, I would say the one mistake I made is I went to East Texas State University on a basketball scholarship. You know, we're super close to our parents. You know, I got homesick my sophomore year, you know, which is kind of embarrassing to admit as an adult, but got homesick my sophomore
Easy.
year. And I said, you know what, I'm going back home to Pan Am and I'll see if I can walk on. And Coach Adams opened the door, allowed me to walk on, and I felt like a part of the team from day one.
He's a great
So
man.
gotta thank Coach Adams for that.
Hey,
Now-
RG, don't get, you know, hey, look, G gets homesick on a Tuesday. So, you know, don't
And all I'm doing is like I'm working in La Jolla, and I said,
yeah,
I
and
gotta
he's
get
going
back
to
to
La Jolla
Brownsville.
and he's
Like,
homesick on a Tuesday afternoon driving home, right? So you don't have to feel any shame or embarrassment on that.
no,
You're
absolutely
good.
not, man. I coached college basketball for quite a bit, and there were a lot of athletes that went through the same thing, and they were just trying to find their way. I mean, we're young, right? We're
Right.
young. We're trying to find
Right.
our way. We're trying to find our place. And you know what? In our hearts, 100%, man, where's our place? Our family.
Yeah.
Right.
And we
So you
just met your mom.
Yeah,
We just met your mom, so we know why you were homesick. Aren't you? Like,
You know how
We're
close
gonna come
that
back to
showed you
mom,
right
dude.
there how close I am
yeah,
to
that's
mom.
it, right there. We met your mom, so we
Hey,
get
brother.
it. Yeah,
Dude, 51
Hey,
years old, still mama's boy. How sad is that?
it's all good,
It's like,
man.
hey,
It
let me
is-
pause this podcast. Mom is here, all right? I don't care
Yeah.
about anything else.
I
That's
love
good
it.
stuff,
Love
man.
it.
That's good stuff.
So Coach Adams opened the door for you, and you played for the Bronx. You walked on, obviously you mentioned that, but you were with the Bronx another 2-3 years. When was your last year playing with them?
2 years. So, I mean, I'll go back to my freshman year. You know, I mean, East Texas State University was a Division II school in commerce. I think it's Texas A&M Commerce now, right?
It is now, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had a good freshman year there. I averaged 12 points a game there. You know, everything was going smooth. You know, came home for the summer, got engaged, went back. You know, the relationship wasn't going to work when she was playing volleyball in Houston and I'm playing basketball in Dallas.
Yeah.
You know, and I got homesick, so I came back. But I would say the hardest year of, I guess, my basketball career was 93, 94, my redshirt year. You know, when I came back, when I transferred to Pan Am, you know, being on that team, having to practice, having to bust your butt, having to devote everything you had to do to get better, but not being able to suit up, you know what I
Not
mean?
having that reward of playing.
Yeah. So, you know, the home games, I got to sit on the bench, be at the home games in 93, 94. I think Greg Guy led the nation in scoring that year.
Shout out to Greg, yeah.
You know, but not being able to travel with the team, not being able to play with the team, just practice, that was the hardest year ever. I would say, you know, I hate to admit it, but, you know, I think that's the year I kind of started losing my love for basketball.
Yeah.
And I never got back to my old self.
Now, you know, G and I have a great relationship, and obviously we're co-hosts, and G's kind of talked about his experiences too. And I'd like to ask G a question. Did you ever, because you walked on and you kind of felt the same thing that RG felt, G, like did those thoughts ever come into your mind? Like, why am I doing this? Like, why? You know?
What's crazy is that one of the people that I would run into and was a part, you know, when I was going through my redshirt year, is RG was still there at the school.
Right.
RG, are you correct? You still there? You're still around. And I remember you having conversations like, "Hey, man, I've been through this. You know,
Right.
Oh wow!
and if you can get through this, you know, I know you're redshirt and it's going to be tough. It's going to be ups and downs, but if you really love it, you know, you go for it." And I remember having conversations like that with you, man. I don't know if you remember, but I remember.
I do.
And
Absolutely.
and so it's pretty awesome, man, that you know we kind of went through the same thing. And yes, you always go to, you know, you always have those little doubts, right? Those little things in your ear, but at the end of the day, man, we have to do what's better, you know, what's best for us, for our family, for our future. And RG, you know, everything that we went through similar things. What do you think that those times that you went through, how did those times prepare you for what, you know, who you are now? How did
Yeah,
that
great
develop
question.
you as a person and your job and the way your work ethic is now?
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it's a great question. So I've been in the car
Yeah.
business now for, almost 26 years. And I
Yeah.
think that I've been successful in the car business because this is where I still am able to compete, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In the car business, we're still trying to outsell the next person. I'm a GM now, and I've been a GM now for 17, 18 years, but you had to start off selling cars, right? So
Yeah.
I found that competitiveness that I had in basketball in the car business, right?
Mhm.
My
Mhm.
dad always had a saying for me. My dad always said, Migo, you're definitely not going to be the most handsome dude out there. At least be the hardest working person,
I love that.
and then,
Yeah.
I always wanted to outwork people, but with Coach Adams, he was the same way, dude. Like Coach Adams had us doing things that I never believed in. Like he had us boxing people. Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember people like Reggie Scott. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't want
Beast.
to box no Reggie Scott.
I think by the time I got there, I think
Oh.
he kind of phased out the whole boxing the teammates thing out
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, I think he got in trouble for it.
Yeah, I
Rick.
think
But
he got in
hey, you
trouble
know
for
what?
that, but he did bring up a lot of boxing references because of
Yes.
his
Yeah.
father and who his father
Hey,
was.
he was a Golden Glove,
and he
right?
was he was a
So
Golden Glove. Yeah.
he made you be competitive. He made you grind. He made you tough. So
Yeah.
I've taken all that into the car business, and it's the same things we implement. Like be the first one at work. Be the last
Yeah.
one to leave. Grind your way to a sale. Do whatever
Yeah.
you have to do to please your customer. Take care of your customer. I mean, so everything I learned, that grit, that hard work, I use it now every single day in my business. I don't think I
Yeah,
would
man.
be successful in the car business if it wasn't what I learned from basketball.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought
Yeah.
that up because we're friends on Facebook and you've got a beautiful family, RG.
Thank you,
Do
sir.
you instill that into your kids? Like, do you kind of like try and like say, hey, this is what dad learned? And I know we're
Yeah.
all parents on here, so it's
Yeah.
kind of in one ear and out the other with the kids, right? When
Yeah.
the parent
I'm
tells you
glad
something.
I'm glad mom's gone so she can hear this part, right? So I don't know, man. Like, because I know what it took, Matt. You know what it took, Gil. You
Yeah.
know how hard we worked to
Yep.
play college basketball. It wasn't easy. Like our whole life was basketball.
Agreed.
I didn't want that for my kids, right? Like I wanted my kids to be in dance and be maybe cheerleaders, but I didn't want them in sports. I was like, focus on being a doctor, focus on being an attorney. Let's do that.
I love
Yeah.
that.
But I do
Yeah.
have a sophomore at Mac High who made varsity volleyball. We just found out a couple of days ago, so I'm stoked
Hey,
about that.
congratulations.
Awesome, man.
So go
Congrats,
Bulldogs.
RG.
And then my senior at Mac High, she's a cheerleader. But I think it's something that you have to find on your own. Like my sophomore, I didn't. The first time she played volleyball was when she tried out in 7th grade. I was like, "What do you mean you trying out for volleyball? I thought we agreed we weren't going to play any sports." She's like, "Dad, you said we weren't going to play any sports."
There you
So
go.
here she is. I mean, she's only been playing volleyball for 3 years. She's probably behind most of these kids that play volleyball year round since they're 3, 4 years old.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything's a little bit different with travel ball now.
Yeah.
Everything's different on transfer portal now, Gil. I mean,
Oh yeah.
when you and I transferred, how different would it have been if we didn't have to sit out a year?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
exactly right. Like it's a different landscape. It definitely is a different landscape. And what I'm finding crazy is I'm sitting here on this podcast and I see the parallels between you and G, and it's remarkable. Like you played baseball and basketball. G played, G was a 2-sport athlete, so he claims basketball, football.
Hey, RG.
right?
RG, look, listen. And I'm telling the truth here, okay? I'm not gonna boast about my football days, all right? I'm not gonna do that, okay? Because this guy calls me Uncle Jico from like Napoleon Dynamite and stuff. Forget it. And this is the weird thing about the connection part. RG, growing up from between 7 years old to about 13 to 14 years old, my favorite players were Del Murphy and Bob Horner from the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
And then Ryan Sandberg and Mark Grace and Sean Dunston from the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
I used to watch baseball with my grandpa for 7 straight years. Okay. And I wanted to be a professional baseball player.
Yeah.
Now, check this out, though. This is the funny thing. This is the ironic thing about it. I wanted to be a professional baseball player, but I never stepped on the diamond and played
Really?
baseball. Can you
So it was
believe
a
that?
pipe dream.
But
It was
in
a
my
pipe dream.
head,
crazy.
in
That's
my head, I
crazy.
was like, I want to be a baseball player, but my father would never let me because he was afraid that ball was traveling way too dang fast and
That's
that I would
funny.
get hurt. Anyway, so yeah, so anyway,
After I couldn't play baseball anymore, and then my little brother got drafted and made it all the way to AAA with the Rays, I said, at least maybe I'll be his agent. That didn't work out either.
Hey, that's the closest thing, man. That's good.
That's got to be tough for not just you, RG, but like being in high school and having that dream
Mm,
kind of deflated at such an early age. Like
right.
I remember how it felt when my dream of playing professional basketball was gone, but I
Right.
was out of college already, right?
Right.
I couldn't imagine trying to take on that anguish and that pain at such an early age in a formidable like teenage years
Right.
that you had to go through it. Like that had to just be sickening,
I think the hardest part for me was, well, and it's hard. People down here won't understand because I didn't move here until I was a junior, so they didn't see me
Right.
play varsity baseball as a freshman and sophomore in Houston. But
Yeah.
like I was that good to where, like I said, I mean, I got to meet Roger Clemens when I was super young. Like I knew I was going to UT on a baseball scholarship.
I love
When
that.
they got taken away my sophomore year, it's like, holy shit,
Yeah.
what do I do now, right?
Yeah.
So, it's like, okay, but you still needed that competitiveness. You still
needed
want
to
to
find
find
that
something where you could compete in, right?
find that
So-
fix. Yeah, exactly.
So, a lot of people say, well, it came natural to you. You were tall, so you played basketball. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm 6'7", but in Houston, everybody was 6'7", right? You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
Even when I played basketball at Pan Am, I mean, Sadat was our center. Sadat was 7 feet
Sadat.
tall.
Yeah.
I'm still friends with Sadat, but
the Turkish terror. There he is.
yeah, dude, and he's doing really well. I love keeping up what he's doing, his construction business and everything he's got going on.
Well,
So he's doing great.
You
But
gotta help us get him on the show, RG.
I'll give him a call as soon as
I
this
got
is
his cell
done.
number. I got his cell number, RG. I'll call him and tell him that
You
you were
gotta
on the
get the
show.
Turkish terror.
I'll
on
call him
the
as soon as
show.
I get off this podcast.
yeah.
I'll give him a call. And I'll give a
Absolutely.
shout out to some of our teammates, man. I was really close to Raheem
Yes.
Mohammed. I mean, Raheem Mohammed and I was
Man.
at his wedding.
Oh.
Love
Yeah.
Raheem. Sadat, Greg Black, Chris Clay, Reggie Scott, Charles Williams. These were all great dudes
Dang.
on our team, dude. They really
Big time names.
amazing.
Big time guys.
those guys.
man.
I mean, those guys were studs. Chris Clay was the first time I ever saw a white boy dunk the way he could dunk. You know what I mean? That dude was amazing.
Chris Clay. Shout out to Chris Clay. Lives in Vegas now. Every time I get to Vegas, I hit him up and we hang out. And Chris obviously played before G and I did. But he's such an amazing human being, man. So
Mhm.
welcoming and just, Now, did Gaston play on that team too, RG?
I want to say he was on the team my redshirt year in 93, 94.
Okay.
Yeah, but
John Gaston,
he could jump out of the
unbelievable
gym.
athletic
Yeah,
ability.
he
Yeah.
could jump out of the gym, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, but talk
Wow.
about what were we then? We were the Sun Belt
Sun
Conference.
Belt. Yeah.
Sun Belt Conference. I mean, you had
Oh man.
Arkansas Little Rock who won our division. I mean, their point guard, you may know of him, right? Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's okay.
Western Kentucky, I think they finished second in our conference, and they went to the
Urban Johnson
that
from
year.
New Orleans, the big man.
New Orleans. I mean, it was a tough conference back then.
Yeah.
Yep. It definitely was, man. That's crazy. Now we gotta. I mean, Derek Fisher, he was okay, Rick.
It was
He was
okay.
okay,
I
RG.
think he had a
I will-
career.
I'll tell you a funny story that backfired on me one year. Well, that my junior year. So we're playing against University of Texas, and we're at the UTEP tournament. And I mean, Coach Adams was always like, don't back down to nobody. He got us boxing each other and everything.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that year started really well. I was getting some playing time. I scored 12 points against Texas Southern. And then we go to this tournament, and I'm looking forward to this tournament. Clearly remember this as if it was yesterday. And I felt like, UT was ranked pretty good that year. And they were beating us up pretty bad. And I felt like they were pushing us around. And I come off the bench. It don't matter what I do, right? I'm a bench
Yeah.
guy.
You got 5 fouls. Yeah,
I
let's
got
do
5
it.
fouls. So I was like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to push somebody around, right?
Yeah.
So I pushed somebody from the UT team off. I mean, I pushed him. falls off the court. I get a technical foul, and ooh, boy, Coach Adams was heated.
Yeah.
Coach Adams was heated. What were you thinking of? I couldn't tell him it was the things he taught me to do, right? He didn't want to hear that. But let's just say my playing time changed after that day. I will say that.
It did, huh?
Yes.
Hey, man, that's a great story, dude. I was gonna ask you, what was your favorite memory in those years that you played there?
Yeah, you answered it
I don't know
for
if this
us
is
right
your
there.
favorite. I don't know if this is your favorite memory, but it's a damn good one.
It's a good one, dude. But I will say after that, I stopped getting playing time, so I wish I hadn't done that. But I was just backing up my team, trying to take care of our guys a little bit.
So, hey, there's guys in hockey that get paid millions of dollars for doing exactly what you just did. You know,
Yes,
with
sir.
your teammates. So, there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. So,
Yeah, man. So that was year 3. That was my junior year that happened. And then, technically it was my junior year in school, my sophomore year in basketball. So I finished after 2 years there with 2 years of eligibility because I played, one in East Texas.
Yeah.
My redshirt year didn't count. My second year, by this time though, academically, I was a senior, Matt. And I don't know how you feel. I'm really curious to hear this from you because I was to the point where I was like, okay, I still can play basketball for 2 more years, but I'm a senior, and academically, I personally felt like if I wanted to graduate and start working and have a living, that I needed to focus on school. I found it really, really, really difficult to do basketball and school. What's your opinion on that?
And so my story is a little different just because I wish that I would have got redshirted my freshman year to physically mature. But what hurt me was I had 3 coaches in 4 years. I had Coach Adams, then I had Coach Brooks, and then I had Coach Hoffman, right?
Right.
So fortunately, I was able to play, all 4 years. And I had my ups and downs with, philosophies of coaches and this, that, whatever, right? And scheme. But, I think G could relate to more of like, hey, I'm at a crossroads right now. Where do I continue to chase this basketball dream and put in the work? And because G is one of the hardest working guys that I know. And so was it difficult for you, G, to kind of be in the same boat where it was like, do I keep practicing and getting beat up every day, or do I just finish like work, my school and get off to coaching?
So similar to RG, I can understand where he's coming from with the academic part because I was in the same boat, kind of I was kind of like 1 more year away from when I decided to stop playing in 98. I was 1 year away from graduating. I said, look, I can really just concentrate on academics, get it done, because I really wanted to start coaching. That was my passion. I was like, you know what? I've learned what I've learned. I've done what I've done. I've tried this. And now I want to go and make a difference in kids' lives because people made a difference in mine. And I have so much to share. You're a kid. Yeah. You're a kid. You went through so much and you're like, man, I think I can turn this around and try to help somebody that's in my shoes, right? Yeah. And RG, I think you probably went through that too. It's like, hey, my time is done. And now I can turn around and maybe try to help myself and try to help others.
It's so crazy the similarities.
Start my life.
Yeah, it's so crazy the similarities.
We grew up where we didn't have money, right? I mean, our parents were hurting financially. We didn't have anything, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no NIL at the time.
There's no NIL. There's no money. There's no working. I mean, basketball was your job, but you didn't get paid for it. I was like, you know what? I want to play basketball. And I remember my senior year in school, Coach Adams pulled me aside one time, and he was like, "Are you sure you don't want to play 1 more year? You have 2 more years. Give me 1 more year." He goes, "But I want to move you to post." I'm like, post? I mean, I'm playing 2 guard, shoot guard.
You could shoot it, man.
I'm 6'7". I was like, I can shoot. I don't want to be
Dude,
post.
you were born 20 years too early, RG. Like, you would have been making 250 mil now. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what I did. I shot threes. That's what I was good at. He goes, but I want to put you at post. He called me to practice one day. He was like, can you still dunk off the post? I was like, come on, don't insult me. Like I can dunk off the post, but I don't want to play post, right? So you know what? I'm thinking now, if he had took a different approach, like, maybe, hey, you know what, the two guard or small forward position is the right place for you. Maybe I would have played one more year. But when he said he wanted to put me at the post, I was like, I'm gonna get beat up, dude. There's some big dudes at the post. I was like, let me focus, let me finish school, let me get my degree, let me get a job. So that's kind of how it ended. But I will say this to the people in La Jolla, I graduated in La Jolla in 92. I was all district MVP, I was all area MVP, I was all region MVP, and second team all state. And I didn't accomplish enough in college basketball. I will say that. I will say that.
Like, you can't beat yourself up over it. I get it. Like, I've seen you play. We kind of the same age, and I've seen you play, and you were a hell of a high player. Hands down, I think you were the best player to ever come out of La Jolla. Yeah, I said that, Eric. Right? But I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. Huh?
Truth hurts, Eric. Sorry, man.
Yeah, truth hurts, Eric. So I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. I think you're a blessed man. You got a beautiful family. You're about to get into G's questions right now. And for being on the show, RG, we're hooking you up with Vaquero Outfitters with a T-shirt with our guy Ben. All you got to do is go by, say hello. We're dropping him we're gonna give him your name. You get a free T-shirt. So shout out to
man. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
And RG, to wrap up the show, I'm gonna give you some dang good questions. Okay, it's just 3 good questions.
Let's go.
Sponsored by Wing Barn. Thank you, our friends at Wing Barn, for hooking us up with gift cards. And RG, I'll come by.
Can Acura, the RGV, sponsor anything?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Man. Yeah. Let's give away a car. RG.
Let's give away a car. Doesn't G look like Oprah?
Not a cap, not a shirt from Acura, a whole car.
We can do a shirt and a cap from Acura, but.
What we're not telling him is the car only has 1 wheel. The other 3 is missing. It's got no rims, and the trunk is gone.
Oh man! Yeah. So we'll hook you up with some Wing Barn, RG. We'll get your cell phone, and I'll stop by. I'm up there in the Upper Valley a lot, so I'll stop by whenever you're in at the dealership and drop off those gift cards for you.
Yeah,
awesome.
But here's some dang good questions from dang good wings at Wing Barn. Let's do this. All right, you're gonna channel your hype, before games and all that. All right. What song would you listen to if you had to listen to one song for the rest of your life?
Dude, my senior year, all we heard over and over and over again was Ice Ice Baby.
Oh yeah. Is this it? Is that the song?
That was the song, dude.
We're gonna add that to the playlist. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
We got a Spotify, we got a soundtrack, Saddle Up soundtrack on Spotify. Thank you so much for blessing us with that Ice, baby.
That gives away the age, of course. 51. That gives away the age.
Hey,
you don't look a day older than G, so you're good, man.
The day older 50, man. You're good. Hey, what would be the title of a movie based on your career? All right. So if they made a movie on your career, what would that title be? And who?
Or life.
Or your life, yeah. And who would play the main actor in that movie?
Ooh.
Man, the title would be easy because it was all over the paper when I played. It was Ricky the Great.
Oh, well, all right.
Ricky the Great.
Eric Bana. Okay. Eric Bana is the actor. I'm calling it.
There you go. There you go. We'll take that.
You'll take it?
We'll take that.
Eric Bana. Okay. I like
Ricky the Great. Eric Bana. All right.
There you go.
That was easy.
Ricky the Great. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find that article and send it to both of y'all.
Oh, hey, you do, and we'll post it on the Saddle Up.
Mom has it somewhere. Mom has it somewhere.
I know she does.
She has it laminated in a book somewhere.
I would not be surprised.
Oh my goodness. All right, last question. If you could go back in time for a 24-hour period, this would not change the course of history, whatever you did that day. What day would you go back to, and why would you relive that day?
Yep.
Oh my God.
I know. So many good ones, right? There's so many good days.
It's gonna be the day my wife and I both got water baptized at our church.
I love that.
Wow.
That's probably one of the best days. I mean, of course, besides the day your kids were born and all that stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
But the day that the day that my wife and I were both water baptized and then we gave our life to our Lord Jesus Christ, that was a good day.
That was a
Awesome.
blessing, man. That's
RG,
awesome.
that's awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
a great feeling. It was great having you on the show. Thank you so much for being
Yeah.
so humble and so honest with us.
Yeah.
It's probably one of our best interviews. Absolutely the best interview out of anybody from La Jolla.
Oh
That's
yeah,
for dang
hands
sure.
down. You're the
Hey,
best.
y'all gotta
interview out of
stop.
La
Y'all
Jolla
gotta
we've
stop
ever
being
had.
so tough to all those Motavo boys. Those Motavo boys could all ball, man. Just for the record,
Hey, real quick
all of them, that
before we
whole
go,
family could ball.
yeah, real quick before we go, RG, I want to give you a chance to plug. You said you're a GM at the Acura dealership.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't go in asking for Ricky. You got to ask for RG because there's too many Rickies in the car business. You don't want to
Yes,
get
sir.
them confused. So, what if somebody's
Yeah.
in the, in the looking for a new car? They come by and talk to you. How do they find
Yeah,
you?
man. Acura, the Rio Grande Valley. I've been here for 2.5 years. I've been doing this for 26 years. I don't sell cars for a living, dude. I don't. I make friends for a living. I
Love
talk to people for a living. I can't imagine. I know it's hard, because of what we do in basketball and teaching and this and that. I can't. God brought me to this business for a reason. I love what I do. I can't see myself doing anything else. All I do is
Yeah.
make friends for a living. So if y'all want to make a new friend, visit me here at Acura. I'll be more than happy to take care of all of
I
y'all.
love it, man.
I love it, RG. Thank you so much for being on the show, man.
You were
Thanks
the
for having
man.
me,
Thank
guys.
you for being on the show, and God bless you and everything that you do moving forward, my man. You're always
God bless you
welcome
guys.
back.
Look forward to maybe round 2 down the road.
Yes, sir.
Round 2 for sure.
Anytime.
Till
All right,
next week,
brother.
guys. Bees up.
Like we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean. Like something happened.